Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Tubby Time. Today we are going to make a simple and delicious mac and cheese recipe to go with our Christmas dinner. This is really easy because you don't need to make a roux. Let's get started. I don't know why you need kangaroos to make mac and cheese, but...
It's not kangaroos. It's a roux. R-U-E. Roux. Like with flour. Has nothing to do with no.
Roux.
All right, whatever.
Anywho, you don't need it for this recipe. All you need is some pasta, milk and cheese, and some seasonings. To start off, we have rotini. It's just the little corkscrew pasta. We've got a pot of water boiling, and we're going to add some salt to it. Just a few dashes is all you need. And we're gonna do the whole box because, as you know, Josh and I like leftovers. And we're gonna let that come to a boil and let it cook for 10 minutes or so. You do not need this corkscrew pasta. You can use shells. You can really use any pasta for mac and cheese. Corkscrew or shells are the best option because then all those crevices will get filled with cheese. And we will keep an eye on this as we are doing the cheese portion. Next, you need a small saucepan. You can keep this even simpler and just use one pot for the whole thing. Bake your pasta first, strain it, drain it, put it off to the side, and then use that same pot for the cheese. But the melting of the cheese takes a little bit, so that's why I'm cooking the pasta while I do it. So you will need cheese ends. You can find this in the grocery store. This was already pre-packaged, but if they don't have any, you can go up to the deli and ask them for cheese ends. We're gonna put this on a low heat and start by adding the milk. All you need is 3/4 of a cup. Now you can break up your cheese ends. And this is almost a pound. I think it's 0.96. You can start stirring the cheese and the milk around, and like I said, this is a process and we just have to wait and let it melt slowly. You want the temperature on low because you don't want the milk or cheese to curdle.
What's up? How you doing?
Fine.
Come here often? Just remember to keep stirring your pasta. You don't want it to stick to the bottom.
You have to come up with that word.
I couldn't remember stick.
What's that word that like stays where it is? Oh, stick. It's getting a little warmer, slowly stirring. Nothing melted yet. Pasta's done. I'm going to bring it over to the sink, strain it out, leave it there, and Josh will take over with the cheese because I have to glaze a ham. Inappropriateness, sir.
All right, so we've turned the heat up a little bit to it's like a medium low right now. We don't want it too hot once again. The milk was just taking forever to get to temp. It's melting down a little bit. This is getting thicker as we go along. Damn, boy. And you see some steam coming off. So the goal of this is to just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. I don't know what kind of cheese this is. Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, you're not going to taste it. So if you don't like a specific kind of cheese, then whatever, you'll be fine. I hate Swiss, for example. I know there's Swiss in here, but it makes life easy. So I'm just breaking up these pieces. I'm just throwing them in a little bit at a time. You don't want to throw the whole pack in because then you're just going to have a giant mush of cheese that doesn't melt down. You want to get it all incorporated. As long as you keep it moving, it shouldn't be an issue. I'm just going to literally stand here and do this for probably 20 minutes. That's about it. So you see the chunks moving around in there, slowly getting there. It's still a little steamy, but that's exactly what we want. And like I said, they're still chunks, but they're melting slowly but surely. So we'll come back when this is about halfway done so you can see what we're working with and how it thickens up over time. It's a thick ass ham you got there. Looking like a snack. It's been about 20 minutes, and let's look at this beautifulness. Wow. It's pretty goddamn hot, isn't it? So just because we do have a lot of pasta, I am going to throw a little bit of our Great Value mild cheddar in there, as well as some Great Value mozzarella. If you don't know what Great Value is, it's the Walmart brand, and it's freaking delicious. So I'll throw some of that in. I don't know if I'll do this whole handful. That's probably fine. Just add a little bit of color because, you know, it's just white. We'll throw some of this mozzarella in. And I'll give that one last stir. It's going to melt down pretty quickly. So we have a pretty good amount of cheese in there. That's delicious, isn't it? All right, next. I'm going to throw in a shit ton of pepper. This is just fine ground. So we got that. Mix that up. Next we have some garlic powder. I've had garlicky mac and cheese. It's disgusting, so we'll just do a little dash of that. And lastly, just a touch of ground mustard. Ground mustard just adds another element to it, which is sort of weird, but it works. Give that a stir. Looks so good. You can see the seasonings poking through, and this just looks delicious. All right, we got a rubber spatula. Take our macaroni. We're gonna put it in this casserole dish. So we'll just dump this mess of macaroni in. Oh God, I can't see it. It's good. Did anything fall out? No? Okay. I just wanna spread that out a little bit. I'm just giving this one last stir until we dump it on there. And here we go. Actually, you know what? I should try it first. A little bit garlicky. Not bad though. You like garlic, right?
Yeah, I've never had on mac and cheese.
Oh, well, now you're having it today. All right, so now we're pouring it over. Just this hot mess of garbage. Look at that. Now we'll just try to, how do you do this? Now we're just gonna take our rubber spatula and try to get all the other goodness out before we mix it up. I know you can't see it, that's fine. It's very hard to do it at that angle. All right, that's about as good as we're gonna do. So let's just take it, mix it up. It's thick as hell. Oh God. This is very difficult. The cheese is gonna harden a little bit. We wanna get a good coating over everything. Looks a little thinned out right now. That's okay because it's gonna melt down some more while it's in the oven. How's that look? Good, nice distribution. All right, so now I'm just gonna top it with a little bit more mozzarella. Probably a little more than that. A little more cheddar. Because now we can actually see the cheese distribution. That looks pretty good. Now we got some panko breadcrumbs and we're just gonna sprinkle those on. These have been in our pantry for about 18 years. Now we're just gonna throw this in our preheated 350-degree oven-ish, because I don't know what the temp is. We'll just let that bake for, I don't know. We're gonna look at how it's browning up and how the cheese is melting, and then we'll take it out once it looks melted throughout and brown. And then we'll do a lovely taste test. Okay, so we have this mac and cheese here. A little bit of color on the top here, which is fine because we actually like that. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of parsley on because parsley is amazing. It was in the oven for about, I don't know, what would you say, 30 minutes or so?
Yeah. What?
Now we can do our taste test. And all that cheese is remelted. Oh, it's so hot. Look at that. The top's crunchy, but the bottom is still gooey and delicious.
Hot.
Of course it's hot. Typically what we do is we use 2 cheese ends for this, but 2 cheese ends. We use 2 packs of cheese ends. But I don't like it when it's so completely cheesy that
Can you just taste it?
Fine. It's hot.
So my opinion, really good. I'm glad you added the cheddar. I think it gives an extra cheesy flavor to it.
Yep.
You did not add too much garlic. It definitely leveled out as far as that heavy garlicky flavor went.
We were eating the spatula or whatever, and we were like, oh my God, that's garlicky. But that's what we used to stir it with, so it sort of distributed.
I think it could use some more pepper, though. What do you think?
What?
You're supposed to use a ton of pepper.
We need more. Okay, fine. We'll use more pepper.
Well, no, we'll put it on our own serving.
Nope, you want more. Oh, you're serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Not you being serious. So it's good. Do you think your tubby mom would like it?
Maybe.
Yeah, Tubby Mom would probably approve. I don't know. But that's all we got for you folks. So Merry Christmas, even though this is coming out 2 weeks from then. Thank you for watching another episode of Tubby Time. If you did like what you saw today, please like, subscribe, comment, and
Stay tubby.
and safe and healthy and COVID free and stay tubby.